Hello guys, welcome back to this YouTube channel. So today I'll be doing another outlook video for DXY and some of the major pairs, and I'll also be doing some review of the previous week's price action. So starting off here with the dollar index, we have bullish market structure, and structure is like one of the important thing. It's one of the first things we look at. So we have bullish market structure because price has been forming higher highs and higher low. So, and from the last video I uploaded last week, from the last outlook I did, I talked about price pulling back to some of these demand zones. Unfortunately, price hasn't really pulled back to the zone, but think somewhere within Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, started getting that pullback. So it's still something we want to look into. Still want to see the dollar index. Still want to see the dollar pull back to maybe now, because I'm even considering this zone, so you can still expect price to pull back, just pull back to this demand zone here, and then maybe continue lower, sorry, continue going up. But what we need to do is we'll study the price action within this range on the lower time frame and see if price really wants to continue up from here, or it still wants to come down to this demand zone here, or even to this extreme demand zone. So that's how we'll be looking at it for the dollar index. So we are still expecting that pullback. We still want to see that pullback. Like, but we still want to see dollar index pull back to some of these demand zones here. We can also see that we have some kind of flat lows here. So you can see we have some kind of sell side liquidity just above this demand zone. So it's something we will be looking into going into next week. And since it is the dollar index we are looking at, we know that when the dollar is bullish, pairs like Euro USD, AUD USD, Pound USD, NZD USD, most of the major pairs will be bearish. So, and since we know that the dollar index is currently in a push phase, and we are somewhere within here, then we will expect, let's say Euro USD to be also in a push phase, but on the bearish side. And since we are expecting the dollar index to pull back, we want to see want to see Euro USD and Pound USD. We want to see them pull back up to maybe a supply zone, while the dollar index pulls back down to a demand zone. So that's how we try to combine them. So going down to the 4 hour time frame. um, so 4 hour time frame. So here on the 4 hour, we can see that we've had that break of structure. I remember last week I talked about this zone here. Let me delete this. I'll just extend this one here. So last week I talked about this zone here, and I said that the only time we can start looking for those pullback trades is if we can is if price should pull back down and break this low. So, and I remember I had a horizontal line just below this. So I say that if price should pull back, because price was somewhere here when I did the analysis. So if price should pull back down and then break this low, then we can say that the market will be really pulling down, like we get that pullback that we want to see. But that didn't happen. Monday, Tuesday, price just kept pushing up and pushing up. But somewhere around Wednesday, Thursday, we started getting some kind of bearish structure, bearish order flow, and which is really nice that we are getting those bearish structures. So here on the 4 hour, we can see that we've had our break of structure. You can see that we have our break of structure. We have price pulling back into the range here. We got this pullback, which pulled back into this buy to sell wick here. Let's extend this. So price pulled back into this buy to sell wick, or you can just say price pulled back into this range here, to this supply range here. So it still makes sense to say something like this. So when I talk about structure, I normally say that when we have a bullish market structure, for example, now, and then all of a sudden we get a break of that bullish market structure. Now, when we have a break of the bullish market structure like this, yes, we've had a break of the bullish market structure, but we can't really say that the structure now has now changed and is bearish. So I normally say that I want to see that pullback lower high from somewhere within the range, and then price respect this new range that was created here. So I want to see price pullback respect it and then make lower low. So that's the only time you can say that we are now bearish based on we have this high here, we have a lower high, lower low, and now we now have a new lower low. So we can then take trades if price should pull back into this new in this newly created supply range. So we can then take buys somewhere here and then continue that bearish structure. So that's what we've gotten on the dollar index. So what we have here on the line index, we'll just try to transform it into the Euro USD and all those pairs. We'll see how we do it. So we've had that break construction. We've had the break construction here. That's price breaking inside. So we have price pulling back, pushing down here. With broken structure, price pulls back, confirms this newly created supply range by respecting it and then making a new lower low. So now we can look to see price pull back to maybe this range here. Price already did pull back into the range. We can still try to maybe refine it to, let's say, this buy to sell wick here, or the engulfed candle here, or even the S-string wick here. S-string wick here. So we can really try to refine it to some of these zones. So we can wait to see if price would respect this newly created supply and then maybe continue that bearish structure. It's really something I would love to see. But judging from the fact that we are in this daily supply zone, so we are in this daily demand zone, there is also a possibility that price might pull back into this demand zone and then continue the bullish structure. So try to study what's happening here on the 4 hour, 15-minute time frame. We really study what's happening here. That's what will happen within this zone here. So we can't really say for sure that price is going to respect this zone and continue up, or that price will break this zone. Like, we need to study what's happening here and see what will happen next, because we are mainly just going to react to what the market is doing. So I think that's it for the 4 hour time frame. Mm, to include this. So these are the, let's say, some refined zones we'll be looking at of the dollar index, and then we'll see if price would continue this bearish 4 hour structure, because now the 4 hour time frame, that's from what we have here, or what we have here. The 4 hour structure is bearish. So we'll see if price holds that bearish market structure till this demand zone, or maybe this, or if price changes everything, like start getting some kind of shift in order flow. Let me show. So we say we start getting some kind of shift in order flow somewhere within here, then we'll still just react to the current price action. So remember, we don't try to focus ourselves too much on past price actions. We try to just work with the work with what the market is presenting to us at that particular point in time. So going over to the 15-minute time frame. So here on the 15-minute time frame, we had that break construction. So price tapped into this daily zone here. So price taps into this daily zone, which is what we have here. And we got a break construction. So you can see that these are low and these are high. And normally when we have a break construction, we know that the structure, the confirmed structure is bearish. But now we've gotten a bullish break construction. So we still want to get that confirmation. That's now on the 15-minute time frame. The structure on the 15-minute time frame is bullish. And on the daily time frame, for example, on the daily time frame, we have bullish market structure. Like the daily time frame structure on order flow is still bullish, but the 4 hour structure is bearish. And now the 15-minute market structure is bullish, but the 15-minute order flow is bearish. So these are things we try to put together to make sense out of the price action we have. So here we've had break of structure, and normally for us to say that we have a confirmed bullish structure, that's from what we have on the 15 minute. For us to say that we have a confirmed bullish market structure, we need to see price pull back into this zone, that's into this new demand range here. The see price pull back into the zone, respect the zone, and then push up to make a new higher high by breaking up above this high. So that's the only time we can say we have a confirmed 15-minute bullish market structure. But now we've just broken this structure here and pulling back, we are getting some kind of bearish order flow, in the sense that um, demand ranges are failing. Like we have this demand range here, so our last demand range. And this, like, let's say if I traded actively on Friday, I could have maybe used this to look for some possible trades on other pairs like Euro USD and Pound USD, because when we have a shift in order flow like this, and we are prices in a position where we want to see some kind of pullback, because now price breaking above this high here, let's say price is still somewhere within up here. So this is like price being in a push phase, and we know that when when the market is in a push phase, at some time, after some time, it will have to pull back before continuing that bullish structure. So that's, maybe you could have gotten into some really nice sales within here. That's if I traded actively on Friday, I could have gotten into some really nice sales, but that's beside the point. So here we have bearish market structure because we have this demand zone here, which was broken. So and now price has now created a new supply zone because we broke below here. We broke below this low. So this is now like our new supply range. So can just mark it as some kind of shift in order flow. So we can look for entries. That's if you were to trade the dollar index. So we can look for 1 minute entries within here, within this zone, and then see how it goes. So the bearish order flow just continues, like we have price respecting supply ranges, which we have another supply range here. We have another supply range here, and we have another supply range here. So price kind of within this last supply range, and we just tapped into, let me just use the extreme way, we just tapped into this supply zone here, and price is still very much bearish. That's the order flow here on the dollar index is still bearish, but the structure is bullish. So these are things we try to combine and make sense out of before we can say that price is going to buy or sell. So judging from what we have here on the 15-minute time frame, we'll see if price should respect this range, if price should respect this supply range, which is what we have here. If price should respect this supply range, we would want to see some kind of shift in order for that price breaking above this high here. That's this high, which is what we have here. So that's if price should break above this, we can say that we've had a shift in order flow. Then we can look for buys somewhere here to maybe take it into this 4 hour supply zone. So that would be how we'll be looking at it. Or if price should maybe pull back down, break below this low, and then pull back up to break above this ball. That there are different ways we can look at it, but we need to wait um for the market to open so we know if price is actually going to break above this or if it will continue down. So that will be how we'll be looking at it for the dollar index. So the main reason why I try to start my analysis on the DXY, that's on the dollar index, is so that it will be a lot easier for me to do other pairs. So I won't have to spend so much time analyzing one particular pair. So yeah, I think it's easier to just to spend most of the time on the dollar index and then just invert the whole idea. Let's say if the dollar index was bullish, then we can see that we are bearish on the pound and euro USD. Even AUD USD and NZ USD, we can just say that we are opposite. We are just the opposite of the dollar index. So that's the main reason why I try to start the analysis on the dollar index. At least if you get the idea of what I'm trying to share or what I'm talking about on the dollar index, it will be a lot easier for you to apply it on other currency pairs. So going over to the Australian dollar here, the daily time frame. So I always have to start some analysis on the daily time frame. Yeah, these can say that these are last, yeah, break construction here, and these are last lower high up here. So we can try to just, since we've gathered most of the information we need on the dollar index, we'll just try to speed some things up. So we've had that break construction here. And I also talked about this price action on my last video. So we had this break construction here and price is in a push phase. We want to see price pull back into, even if it's to the bottom of this range. Does the price don't really have to pull back to this supply zone or this one here or even the extra, even if it's to the bottom of this range, you can still look for shorts from here. So we have bearish market structure, price in a push phase, and we want to see price pull back. So we can then go on the lower time frames and gather the information we need so that we know when price is most likely going to start the pullback because we are trying to take advantage of that pullback. So here on the 4 hourly time frame, consider we had this break construction here. we had this break of structure here. And we know that after a break of structure, when we have a break of structure, price will go into that push phase. And after the push phase, we'll get the pullback and then the continuation. And I won't ignore the fact that we don't have a confirmed bullish structure yet on the 4 hour. We've only had a break of structure, but it's not confirmed yet. So we want to see how price will respect this demand zone, this demand range here. Also, we'll see how price respects this zone. We'll study what the higher time frame, so we'll study what the lower time frame is doing and see how it goes from here. So, so we can see that we have some kind of shift in market structure. You can either say that this is a shift in market structure, or you can say it's some kind of buy side liquidity. So it really depends on how you want to look at it. So if you say that this is a shift in market structure, and then this is a break, then we have a valid we have a valid supply range. So it's more like we are trading off of this. We are looking to take trade off of this supply range, and at the same time, we're also looking to take trades off of this demand range. But we still also have to take note of the direction of the daily time frame. We say we want to see the daily time frame really pull back, even if it's to the bottom of this range here. So even if it's to the bottom of this range here. So that means even if we are to take trades here, we'll indirectly want to see this high go. But if that doesn't happen, we can still look for sales here. That's if we get the entry opportunities and the criteria we need to take trades, we can still look for sales within here and then just continue that push phase, since that's if the daily does not want to pull back at that particular time. But then we want to look for we want to study what will happen here on the 15-minute time frame and try to take advantage of the move. That should if we should get a bullish push, then we can try to take advantage of this move and expect this high to go. So that will be it for the 4 hour time frame. And again, even if price should pull back into this zone here and we get the necessary confirmations needed, we can still take sales because we have this buy to sell wick here and we also have this engulfed candle up here. So if we get the necessary confirmations we need within this zone, we can still take sell to just continue that bearish structure because we also have sell side liquidity here because this is like the previous week's low, so we'll see some kind of liquidity. Still expect price to take that liquidity. So we have liquidity above and below us. So just study lower time frame structure and see how it goes. So I don't know if you guys already know. So the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar, that's AUD/USD and NZD/USD, they are directly correlated. That's the price action on the both of them. That's AUD/USD and NZD/USD. They are almost the same. Like when I say they are like 70% the same. Like AUD, the price action here on AUD/USD is the same as that on the NZD/USD. So they are more like the same thing. So even if I don't spend much time explaining NZD/USD, at least you try to apply what you got from the AUD/USD to the NZD/USD. So that will be it. So here on the 15-minute time frame, we can see we have bullish structure on the 15-minute time frame because to me this is like my actual lower high here. This is like my actual lower high here and price has pushed up. and we are getting this bearish bearish order flow pulling back. So we'll see how price reacts to this zone here. We'll see how price reacts to it. Since this low hasn't been taken yet, I'll be looking at this high here as my, let's say, shift in market structure. Should price push up above it, then I can then look for buys, because now I have bullish 15-minute structure, bullish order flow. So it makes sense to look for buys. But until then, we'll see what happens. That's going to London session Monday morning. That's tomorrow. Today is Sunday. So yeah, that's it for AED USD. NZD USD, the same price action as AED USD, just a little difference, but it's the same thing. So here we have break construction. Father break construction here. So to me, this is my trading range high here. And we are somewhere down here. So price is in that push phase again. Like it's the same thing, AED, USD, the same, it's NZD. So price is in that push phase. So we want to see price pull back, even if it's to the bottom of this range, before continuing the bearish structure. So going over to the 4 hour, we had that break construction here on the 4 hour. We had break construction here on the 4 hour, and it's as if we are working within this range here. And say this demand zone here, this engulfs this inside bar candle here. And then we had a sweep of liquidity somewhere up here. We have buy side liquidity above us, which is a good thing, and we had a sweep of liquidity here. That's price making a run for this side. And then we have a break construction. So this to me is looking like a bullish 4 hour structure and then a bearish 4 hour order flow. So we can look for shorts within here. That's within, it's the same thing as that of the Australian dollar. You can look for sales within these zones. You can include the week if you want to, go. I'll just leave it this way. But I'm aware of the week. So I'm aware of this week here. So we can look for sales within here, and we can also look for buys within here. It's as if price is trapped in a range where we have buy side liquidity above us, and we also have sell side liquidity below us. And now price is currently in demand zone. So we want to see what will happen here on the 15-minute time frame, and then we'll try to take advantage of that and see where it will lead us. So that's it for LZD USD. So over here on Euro USD, and again, Euro USD, the price action here on Euro USD is mostly not exactly the same, but is very close. So the price actions are kind of similar. That's Euro USD and Pound USD. But I don't think I'll be talking about the Pound USD today. So yeah. So we had our break construction here. We talked about this range a lot. So we have break construction here, and you can still say these are lower high and price in a push face. And we are more like getting that deep pullback. Australian dollar and NZD USD, they don't really seem to be giving us that pullback we want to see. But at least we are getting that pullback on the Euro USD. So here on the daily, we'll be looking at this demand zone, so this supply zone. And if you notice, you see that the Euro USD and the DXY, like they are almost the same, but just like it's more like the opposite. Here on the dollar index, we have this engulfed candle here, this here, this engulfed candle here, which is what price is tapping into. And Euro USD, we have the engulfed candle, but it's more like a doji, and price is tapping into it. So it's kind of the same. So I won't really spend much time on Euro USD and Euro, so bear with me. So you can look at this range, and also this range here is also valid too. This range here is also valid too. So we have multiple ranges here, but we'll study what price does within as price is pushing up. We'll see how it goes. I will also try to be um uploading some kind of midweek analysis or midweek review, that's just as the week develops. But I'm not really sure yet, but I'll try to make videos within the week. So here on the 4 hour time frame, exactly as it was on the dollar index, but it's more like the opposite of that. So we have break construction here. Price pulls back, respects the range, and we've now pushed up into this daily supply zone. So now we can look to see price pull back and respect this zone, because now we have confirmed 4 hour structure, but we don't have confirmed don't have a confirmed, can I say we have a confirmed 4 hour structure. So we'll see if price will tap into this extreme supply here, or if it will come into just the top of the range, which it already did that. So we'll see how it goes from here. So going over to the 15-minute time frame. So here on the 15-minute time frame, we have bearish structure. Just as we had bullish market structure on the DXY, we first had this sweep of liquidity here. Uh, Sweep of liquidity. Sorry, here. And then we had our break of structure. You can still mark out this low as your last higher low before we got the break of structure. So this is what we'll be looking at for Euro USD. And pulling back, we have very structure, but pulling back, we start creating some kind of bullish order flow. That's price. The price actually is really messed up. That's price breaking above this high. So you can just mark this up and say this was our supply range. Show some order flow. And then we want to see price still take out this high. So we're kind of like working within this range now. So if price should maybe, will I say, that's on the 15-minute time frame, price should maybe tap into this supply range here. This on the section of the, so if price should tap into this supply range here, and we start getting some kind of bearish order flow on the 15 minutes, then we can probably say that the 15-minute time frame might be pushing orders. If we get some kind of, let's say, price pushing into this zone and then giving us some kind of shift in order flow here, then we can look for sales within the supply zone here on the 15 minutes, and that's on the 1 minute, and then we just look to target this low, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Or we can still just wait for a break in structure on the 15 minutes, or for price to tap into this for our zone down here. So that's just how we'll be looking at it for Euro USD going into next week. Pound USD is a lot messy. I really don't want to talk about pound USD for now because it's really going down, and I just don't want to talk about pound USD. So guys, that will be it for the market outlook. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something from it. And yeah, that's it, guys. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And bye for now. Have a wonderful trading week.